still dance like an idiot every time.
Every time. Yep. On the way in, on the way out.
Yeah.
The head like bobbing and stuff like that.
What is wrong with us? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, so, but some podcasts or some like videos and stuff like that, they have like the worst entry. Because lately, I've been on this real kick of watching videos of people losing their shit in court.
Oh, yeah.
Which is wild to me because I get beside myself anxious at the airport. I don't like, even when I see a police officer, I'm just like, oh my God, am I doing anything wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. And even though I'm not, and I'm just like fine and regular, just like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Breaking the law.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. But like I've been on this real kick of people like losing their fucking shit in court.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, and it's been hilarious because a lot of them have been like moms losing their shit in court, and that's been pretty funny. I have been enjoying that.
Well, like, what are you like, Judge Judy, or like what are you watching? Like,
no, it's like real people, real cases. Okay. Even though that is Judge Judy.
Well,
but it is like right. It's not. I just mean like real people, real cases.
Yeah.
Judy. But it's like real people, real cases, and some of their accents are hilarious, like Michigan, Washington, Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
So are you telling me that I can't see my child? Like, oh. And then just like losing their fucking gob. First of all, so brazen. I could never. Oh my God. I could never. Second of all, their like thick American accents are hilarious. But yeah, it's just like people who like are on the wrong side of the law, or unfortunately some of them have like substance abuse issues or whatever, pretending that they don't, or mental health problems, but like they're just losing their shit in court. I'm like, this is wild. This is wild, because I could never
air your dirty laundry like that.
No, like mouth off to an authority figure like that. Like that's a judge. Oh my God. Like I said, I get nervous enough with like TSA or whatever.
Yeah.
Like even at the airport, I'm like, oh my God, what if my luggage comes into contact with like some unsavory character's luggage?
Yeah, there's coke on your luggage now. Yeah, right? Now there's coke everywhere.
Exactly. Like I feel that way with like the drug sniffing dogs and everything like that. I'm like, oh my God, what if my suitcase was close to somebody else who's like in, unsavory ways? What if my suitcase was touching theirs and that dog smells something from theirs? Because like, let's face it, I'm way too scared. Oh my God. One time a group of us went down Minikin, and we came back and I forgot to fill out like a section of the form properly.
Oh no.
And the girl who I was paired up with, Jen, shout out Jen.
What's up, Jen?
Yeah, husband Jen. She knows who she is. And she's like, we're at the desk. She's like, oh my God, you filled it out wrong. You are in so much trouble. He's for sure asking you to go into a back room. And I'm like almost in tears. I'm like, oh my God, really? Oh my God. I'm losing it. I'm so paranoid. I'm like losing it.
That's awesome.
And because they work at the airport, they can't, it's like the Queen's Guard. Like they can't show any emotion other than like anger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
in seriousness. Because it is a serious job, but at the same time, like...
They act super serious.
Nothing to quell my panic is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Other than, he's like, no, you're fine. Answer this question now. I'm like, okay, it's this.
That's awesome. We're coming over here. We're going to talk about this right meow. Yeah. Everything's super serious to you.
What do you want to know? Yeah. Like, I don't want no trouble.
Yeah.
I'm just a little girl. I'm just a baby. I ain't looking for no trouble. Oh my God. No, shit. That kind of shit freaks me out.
That's awesome.
I can't handle it. Like, I can't even watch the show. What is it? Like, the border one, the border patrol one.
Border security.
Yeah, border security on A&E. Like, I can't even watch that. It's so, oh my God. Like, I just get so panicky just watching that. Like, the brazenness of some people. Like, legitimately like, no. I can't even travel as a regular person, just traveling. You know, normal person, minding my own business, law-abiding citizen, just going on vacation.
Let alone smuggling a suitcase full of chicken thighs. Like, I can't even
watch the show. I get too amped up. Like, I can't watch this. I'm just palpitations like crazy.
They're always fucking around.
I can't deal. I can't handle it. Nope, nothing. Nope, I can't do it. Like,
have you ever been pulled over or anything at the border?
Oh, not at the border. I thought you were gonna say like ever, like by a police officer.
For
like,
sure.
Oh my God, yes.
Everybody.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like I definitely have burst into tears 100%. Like,
okay, so you've been pulled over by a cop how many times?
Yeah. Oh, like maybe a handful.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
For what?
Like, okay, so the first time when I first got my first car, I picked up a friend. I had my first car for maybe 2 hours and I got pulled over.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. And anyway, it was because my back windshield wasn't cleared off enough.
For real?
For real.
Holy fuck.
And he checked my shit. Because I had like, I didn't cry, but I could have easily.
Yeah.
I was like, I literally just got this car. Like, I'm literally just picked it up. I don't even know if you're going to find me in there because I just bought this car.
Hopefully they're up to date with their paperwork.
They were, but he's like, so obviously it's not registered yet, or like I can see that it just was. You got to know that like this is a serious offense and you could be in real big trouble if you don't have the back of your car cleaned off. I'm like, okay. So now I'm like, that's just add it to the fucking list of things I overthink about and am overly diligent about.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get in trouble. Because I'm that person. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. So yeah, add that to the list of things. But yeah, and now I see people all the time with no cleared off back window. And it pisses me off so much.
I can't believe you got pulled over for that.
Yeah, like I got pulled over 2 hours after I bought my very first car. And life lesson. Now I see people all the time rodding around, no back window cleared. I'm like, where's their pullover?
But honestly, like, I mean, I always like clear off my window, but does it really matter? You see, transport trucks can't see behind them all the time. There's a trailer there. You know what I mean? They're not looking in their rear view mirror. They're looking at their side mirrors.
True, but I do appreciate having a clear back mirror. Yeah. Like, I like looking back there.
For
like,
sure.
I like all the space I can
use it
get.
if you got it. But my argument is, are you going to pull over that transport truck because he can't see behind him?
Yeah. Well, as a defensive driver.
Or even like a truck that tows a trailer or something, you know? It's just...
yeah.
Whatever, though.
Yeah.
I've been pulled over myself a couple times.
Yeah.
The first time was a doozy. It was a doozy. And it wasn't really like... I was trying to fuck around, but I got fucked around. So I was driving... I used to work for Mitsubishi. Mm-hmm. And I would deliver cars and also do dealer trades and whatnot, right? So this time, I went to Mississauga somewhere, and I had to trade something for something, and I ended up trading whatever I had for a base model 2003 Lancer. Now, back then, Lancers weren't hot as shit. They weren't cool cars by any means. They were shit. They're like, not shit. They went for a long time. They did their thing. Mitsubishi makes pretty decent cars, but it was nothing to like write home about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nothing cool. So I was driving it home, or not home, back to the dealer. And I'm coming up a hill beside a transport truck. And the signage is on the right side of the road. I'm in the left lane. Transport truck's in the right lane. I can't see the signs. So I have no idea. My lane is ending. Because at the top of this hill, the lane ends. But it doesn't tell you, or it probably does in the sign, but what I wasn't expecting was the left lane ends. So I come over the hill, my lane ends, and I'm in oncoming traffic. And I'm like, transport truck, traffic, time to go, you know? It's time to go. So I put my foot into it because it was a 50 zone.
Yeah.
So I put my foot into it to just like get around it.
Yeah, just to get out of
like,
the situation.
It's time to like get out of here. As soon as I get around the front corner of this transport truck, here's the cop with his radar gun. And I'm like, oh, this is great. So he pulls me over and license, registration, like, you know, the classic. Yeah. And I'm driving a dealer car, so it's all in the dealer plate. So now I gotta get out of the car, get the plate.
Yeah.
Try to find like the insurance and all this shit.
God. Yeah.
And the insurance wasn't in the thing.
Oh my god.
And now this guy is not impressed. And it's like,
I'd be crying at this
point. And I'm
point.
like, well, man, you can see I have nothing to do with this. I'm just doing my job. At this point, I'm like 17. Like, I'm not very old. Like, I'm not like, yeah,
17.
2003. Like, what's the math on that for me? I don't know. Fucking, yeah, not very old. And so anyway.
You would have been 17 because I would have been 19 and you're 2 years younger than me.
Yeah, it was around, 2003, I think. Because that's the year car I was driving. So anyway, so I get pulled over and he's like, do you know how fast you were going? I was like, honestly, no. All I know was my lane ended. I had no idea it was ending. I'm not from around here. I just I was trying to get around this truck, try not to die. Yeah. I figured it was safer for me to just accelerate and get around it instead of hit my brakes. I'm sorry. He's like, you were going 96 and a 50. I was like, 96 and a 50. I was like, I didn't even know this car could do 96. I'm like, honestly, man, I hammered it to get around the truck. I'm sorry. Like, you did probably catch me speeding, but
this is a Lancer. Yeah. Like, it's one up from a Geo. Hurry, hurry.
Exactly.
I can't. It's a Geo.
So, I mean, in my mind, I'm half impressed it got to 96.
Fair.
In that short amount of time. Like, all I did was try to pass this truck. It wasn't that big a deal, but yeah. So the officer was very upset at me and he gave me the whole, like, I pull people here all day. All day I pull people over here. All day. Yeah, son, and he's like, you're just another one. I've heard all the excuses. So he's like, there's your ticket, and here's your ticket for not having insurance, and this, that, and that, and I'll see you in court if you want. And he just gives me the whole thing.
Oh my God.
He's like, if you want to argue with you, I'll argue all day.
I'd already be in tears, so there's that.
Yeah. Anyway, I get back to the dealer, and like my boss lights me up. How did you get pulled? How did you get pulled over in my car? It's like, man, I was trying not to get your car crushed underneath the truck, like the Fast and the Furious, and like,
oh my God.
Once I explained to them, they were all good, right? I didn't really get into too much trouble for it, except for now I have to deal with the 96 and a 50 fucking ticket.
Yeah,
and then the other time I got pulled over, I was going through Guelph. My plates were expired. I straight up forgot, and the cop pulls me over, and he's like, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I was like, "No, I'm not speeding. I'm in the right lane. What's up?" He's like, "Your plates are expired." I was like, "No, they're not." He's like, "Yes, they are." I was like, "I pay that shit every year. There's no fucking way." I was like, "Check again." He's like, "Do you want to check?" And I was like, "Yep." So he smiles. He's like, "Come on out, check." So I get out and I check, and I'm like, "No shit, they are expired." He's like, "Yep, they are expired." He's like, "I can tell by your reaction, you had no idea." I was like, "No idea." Awesome. He's like, "So you can get this fixed by the end of the day. The ticket's void." He's like, "But if you take too long, you just have to deal with the ticket." He's like, "So go get your plates renewed. Come show me at the fucking station, and you're good to go." So that's the only time like I've been pulled over, but I've had friends who've been pulled over. Your buddy, your ex there. I've been in some dicey situations with that guy. My brother is like
fucking doubt.
My brother's had some good fucking pullover stories.
I've been in your brother's fucking car when he's been pulled over and lift off the cop. Many times. And I was in the back seat losing my goddamn mind because I am just panicking for the fact that we got pulled over, let alone the officer comes to the window and you're giving him lip. Oh my God. Like I couldn't handle it. I was losing my shit, but I'm trying not to visibly lose my shit. And that was the only thing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you're trying to keep it cool.
Keep it cool. Just keep it inside. Yeah. Just keep it inside. Like don't make eye contact with anybody. But oh my God. Like I could have cried then too. Like, oh my God. Like, I know what everything that was happening beforehand.
Yeah.
And I know why we were pulled over.
Yeah.
But he couldn't prove anything. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
And it was like hearsay. Oh, I don't even want to say too much. But like, oh my God.
But like my brother,
the lip. It was the lip for me. Oh my God. I could have barfed myself in the back seat. I could have barfed myself.
Yeah, my brother's a unit. He's got a lot of stories, and like we're talking about getting detained at the border. Thanks to my brother, I do get detained at the border from time to time. It's fun. You get put on a list with that guy, and like getting pulled over. He's always got something to say, but I can't say anything because I've been in the same situation that you're talking about. Where like, well, he was driving, so he was driving Rame's car. We got pulled over, and I'm in the back seat, and I lipped the cop off, and I started just shooting off. I was like, I don't know, intoxicated.
You must have been. You fucking
I
must have
started
been.
shooting off at the mouth because the cop's
Oh
like,
my
I should
God.
take you in. This thing's modified. It's got race parts. And I was like, no fucking way. I built this car. There's no race parts. There's no way he's going to call my bluff. And then he's like, oh yeah, there is. And I was like, no, there's not. And he starts talking about this one piece. I was like, it doesn't have that. It's got this, that, and that. And then the cop's like, he just keeps arguing. He's like, it's no big deal for me to put this thing on a fucking flatbed. And he's like, he gets mad at me. And I was like,
God.
I built this car. It's street legal. He's like, I don't know what changed.
Heart palpitations currently.
But the cop eventually just like lets it all go. And we're able to drive off to Dairy Queen, which we were on our way to Dairy Queen. And Ram turns around. And he's like, what the fuck were you thinking? Why the fuck did you say that? He's like, I have. And I was like, you do? He's like, yeah, you fucking know I do. I was like, well, hey, my confidence got us, I think, out of that situation. I don't know, but like.
Yeah, he fucking does have to do.
He has to do.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still does, but he sure as shit did at that time.
Shit.
Oh my
No,
God.
he's past those days. We're all past those days, unfortunately. Fun times are over.
Oh my God, I've been in that. I've been with him when he's going fast.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable.
I've been with my brother when he's been going uncomfortable fast. So I know what it's like.
Yeah, that's something else. Ugh.
Man, speaking of getting pulled over, I could like drain all kinds of getting pulled over stories, but I don't want to air too much laundry, you know?
Right.
But, you know, we've all been pulled over.
Get real. Get real.
I just I want to talk about my insurance company this year, and I don't know if it's like a new thing for everybody or what's up with that. You can have digital pink slips. So you can put your pink slip in your Apple, whatever the fucking wallet, or you put it on your phone. What do you think of that shit? Like, I think that's fucking bullshit. Like, do you honestly think the cops are going to be super chill about, hold on, here's my ownership, flip through my fucking glove box, get my ownership out, and then, here, take my phone. Here's my pink slip on my fucking phone. Like, do you, like, I'd like to ask a cop about that. Like, how fucking irritated are you when some dizzy bitch is like, here's my pink slip, and she hands you your fucking, like, an iPhone, like, Max with the fucking, some Pokemon, dangling off of it, and you gotta, like, now, like, look at her.
I have mine on my phone.
Your pink slip?
Yeah.
Would you give that to an officer?
I don't see why not. But at the same time, as we've discussed previously, I'm very nervous about stuff. So really, and I don't really, there's nothing on my phone that you're going to see.
Yeah.
The other thing, I mean, there's like, if you were texting, could they like look at that? Is that what you're talking about? Like they could look at all different stuff on your phone?
Nothing at all like that. Nothing at all like that. I'm just talking as a cop. I'm like, do I want to be fucking using your fucking phone? Like back in the day, or still in my day, you've got this little flippy where they hold your pink one and your green one.
Yeah,
and you
all
hand
in the
that
flippy.
To the cop. He's got his flashlight and he's like, he's got your shit. He's writing her down. Now he's got to fucking flip to your fucking iPhone or whatever the fuck you're using. Screen's turning off, battery's dying, or some stupid shit.
Well, I've got it in like my notes. Like I've got the paper.
Yeah.
And I've got my notes. That way, if anything happens.
Sure.
And I don't know. Like I don't get pulled over often, thankfully. And also, like let's just.
Yeah.
Okay. But like I don't get pulled over often, and I don't know, I've never come up with that situation and I've never thought anything about it. I haven't.
I just thought like, fuck me, I'd be so irritated as a cop trying to like, you know, pull some motherfucker over in there. Here,
like
take my phone.
Match.
Take my phone. No, it's not even, it's just like, it's annoying. You're handing the cop your phone.
I've had to prove proof of insurance through like my bank.
Sure.
Like, because I didn't update the pink slip and the fold thing. So then I didn't have proof of insurance, but
Yeah.
I brought up my banking and you could see like my auto insurance come out every
pulling
month.
it every month. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that. So to me, that experience would be like no different than the other one.
Sure. I
don't know.
I think I need to talk to a cop about this. What I really want to know is how irritated are you that someone hands you their fucking iPhone instead of just the little slips?
Good call. But maybe if they were older, they would like the fact that they can zoom in to make it easier for them to read all that shit.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Well, especially at nighttime.
Any officers of the law
Yeah.
weigh in on this, or anyone that knows one.
Or any other profession that would use that. You know what I mean? Like,
did we even talk about what your song was this week stuck in your head?
Oh, God. So, as we've talked about previously, it's wild up here.
Yeah.
It's wild up here.
Yeah.
The overthinking, all of it. It's just wild up here. So a lot of times I'll get not even a full song, but like a phrase of a song, or, well, in this case, it is a full song, but only because it's such a short song.
Yeah.
But I'll get like tons of songs stuck in my head or tons of phrases or whatever. So, and I got called out the other day too, because I unintentionally was just singing it out loud. And the person was like, what are you singing there? Because I had the fucking Days of the Week song in French stuck in my head.
Like, what the fuck?
Old school, like grade school.
Sing it.
Lundi, mardi, mercredi, et jeudi, et si vendredi, samedi et dimanche complète la semaine. And like just on repeat.
But where the fuck did that come from? Like when
Grade
you told me
school?
this story earlier, I was like, I haven't heard that song since fucking grade 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, core memory.
Holy shit.
But yeah.
I cannot believe that.
And then like I get like, and I can think of the Dis-moi tout. Do you remember Dis-moi tout?
Was that the spoon?
I thought it was the green guy. Green puppet.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
There's like TK Talk and the spoon. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I can remember lots of those.
Any French listeners out there? You remember these?
Yeah.
characters?
And I was not a French immersion kid either. So
this is just basic
regular
shit.
French.
Basic bitch shit. Yeah. Yeah, I cannot speak French and I don't even pretend to. I've been in Quebec and in many situations that I probably should have known how to speak French, and it did not happen.
I like to pepper it into my vocab. Le meow.
Yes.
And
nice.
in my clothing, apparently. And as you know, knowing me for as long as you have, I say bonjour like all the time. Like butcher bonjour. Like it's bonjour. But like it's bonjour. Like bonjour.
Have you been to like Tim Hortons in Quebec?
No.
It's a mind fuck because you think you go to Tim Hortons, you know the menu, you know what's on there.
Yeah.
You go in there, it's all different. And you're like, oh fuck, which one is it? And you try and order. I went to a spot like deep Quebec where the natives live. Quebec. Oh man, deep Quebec. Icy cold, the classic. Maniwaki, for those of you listening. You go up there and you try and order at the Tim Hortons, and the little chick at the desk, or not desk, the counter, looks at me and walks away. Because I try to speak English to her, and she brings in someone else who is supposed to be the English representative, and they were not having me at all. And I got there eventually, but it sucks when you're in a spot that's deep French where they just don't fuck with English at all. They're like, nah, you fucked up coming here kind of thing. You know what I mean? And that's what it is what it is. If someone came up to me and spoke only French, I couldn't help them. I'd be like, I think we're going to have a problem here.
But like if you work at Tim Hortons,
it should be pretty straightforward. Number one,
like
number
there
two.
should be like a couple things to bridge you. Like if I was going to order an ice cap, I'd be like, Cape Glacier.
Yeah,
like,
you try and throw it together.
Try and Cardinal Official about it, you know? Cape Glacier.
Yeah. No, my French isn't super
like
sharp.
It would be awful and you'd butcher it for sure. But I feel like there would be enough that the other person on the other side could be like, Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down, and even
Oh,
if it just was like an iced coffee.
I absolutely try my best when I'm out there, and they smell me from a mile away. They're like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, oh my
the
god,
fuck out of
yeah,
here, you know? Oh man,
yeah, but yeah, that's
that's what was in your head.
Yep.
So hopefully that unlocked core memories for everybody else. Because for me, I hadn't thought of that in 30-something years. That's
I
fucked
continue to say all the time, it's wild up here,
It is wild out
and
there.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying,
You have
but.
a parking lot story you wanted to talk
Well,
about.
I was gonna say, but like back to all this car stuff. Like I had one and you have one, but like mine the other day.
Yeah.
So we talked about like people who own Teslas, and we've talked about people who own like fancy cars, and like it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, good for them.
Yeah,
I
good
wish
for
I had
them.
fancy
But
cars.
like sometimes there's a certain type of person who owns that type of car. Do you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
So I was in a grocery store parking lot just packing my groceries into the car, and I could hear this couple. They were a bit away, but I can hear them, but I'm not listening.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden I heard the girl go, oh fuck, what'd she say? Well, it's harder to get into this side of the car than it is the other side. And she was getting into the passenger seat. Cause that caught my ear, and I looked over and she's getting into the passenger seat. I'm like, how is that harder?
What the fuck?
You're not getting into the back. I've heard people complain like it's harder to get into the back of like smaller
Oh,
cars.
for
Or,
sure. The
whatever.
back seat. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
the back seat, that'd be fair. But I looked around, I'm like, you're getting into the passenger seat. So I laughed about that. But as I was returning my cart, I look over and it's a fucking Audi, and I died because it fucking would be.
Like, what the fuck does she need the
you
steering
know what I
wheel for
mean?
stability? Like, I need the steering wheel to fucking get my shit in.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, what the
Loser.
fuck? And what the fuck kind of complaint is that? Or like whine is that? Well, it's harder to get into this side. First of all, no, it's not.
Grow the fuck up.
Second of all, what the fuck? And like, you would be an Audi driver, like a would be.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking would. And like, don't get me wrong. I have somebody in my life who is an Audi driver. Love you, Willie. Who, he's got an Audi, and he's got an IG account for his Audi.
Oh, is it on his window?
What?
Oh man, that's what like the kids are doing. They'll put their Instagram for their car on like their back window or some shit, so you can follow their car.
Oh, I don't think he has that, but I'm
Well,
not
step
100%
up,
sure.
Will, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, he's not like that. But you know how some like expensive car drivers are just some of the most ridiculous fucking whiny ass people you've ever met in your life?
I used to work on custom cars, so I absolutely
So, yeah, you
know
know.
the person you're talking about.
Like, so I'm just returning my cart, looking over. I could not help it. I genuinely saw that it was an Audi, and I was like, it would be.
It would
Like,
be.
again, with no regard. Like, you fucking would.
That's awesome.
Returning my cart. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It just made me fucking laugh. Like, it fucking would be an Audi driver, a passenger princess of an Audi being like, well, it's hard to get in this side.
Oh man.
And you had a parking. Well, and I have another parking
Yeah,
lot story.
you have to start.
Yeah.
You have to start.
Yeah. So we're all in the parking lot. So the other day I was at Walmart and I was trying to leave. And Walmart's a busy parking lot for sure.
Yeah.
And so I was getting ready to leave. There was somebody who wanted my spot. Fair enough. They've got their blinker on. But what they've done is that they've fucking parked so close to the spot that now I'm blocked in.
Yeah.
Like, that's so fucking stupid to me. And I couldn't communicate with them for some reason. And apparently they didn't have eyes to see that you're fucking blocking me in. Yes, you want the spot. I see you. I hear you,
Yeah.
you know. But like, I can't do anything because now I can't go anywhere. I can't give you this spot. I'm not even trying to be an asshole. Like, you've blocked me in now.
Yeah.
So now neither of us are getting what we want. I want to leave. I want you to have this space.
Yeah.
But now you've blocked me in like some fucking moron and I can't even leave.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? And then they think I'm like telling them to like go, as in like go find another spot. And I'm just like, no, get the fuck out of here so I can leave. What the fuck? Why are you trapping me like this?
Yeah.
You want the spot? I want you to have it. It's a Jerry Maguire moment of help me help you.
Help me help you.
Oh my God.
Help me help you, Jay.
Yeah, that's my parking lot rant. Like, get the fuck out of here. If you want my spot, don't box me in. Like, what the fuck?
I definitely hear you for sure. I have a funnier story to transition off of that. Same situation because
Go
of that
for it.
story. Everyone knows what we're talking about here. So I was at the Jack White show last week there, and we showed up early, and we went to a brewery, had some drinks.
Yeah.
We were going to go back to the car because it was on the way between bar and venue.
Yeah.
Go to car, drop off your coat so you don't have to fuck around with coat check and all that shit.
Fucking
You know what I
around
mean?
with coat check.
'Cause
That's a whole.
We parked right beside the venue, so we just had to like
Nice.
ditch our shit and go in. So it's not
Nice.
that big a deal. Like
No.
Canadian problems, you know what I mean? She's a little chilly between the venue and the car, but whatever.
Oh,
So
it's way worth it to suffer than it is for coat check. Coat check is a bigger suffer
for
than
sure.
just standing
Yeah.
outside for a bit in sub-zero
Yeah,
temperatures.
exactly. You got to wait in line to drop off your coat. You got to
Yeah.
wait in line at the end of the night
You know,
to get your shit.
You know, coat check is bad when you'd rather face sub-zero temperatures.
Sub-zero. Oh, yeah, all day. So we were like, Janine was going to drive home. We had a couple drinks, so she had stopped drinking because obviously someone's got to drive home.
Yeah.
I brought some backup booze in my backpack for the trip, you know, just in case.
Like a regular fucking person.
A little top up before you get into the venue, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it
little
was cold
coos.
out. So I was like, all right, Janine, just get in the car. We backed into our spot. Start the car. I don't know like what the legality is on this, but I'm going to sit in the back seat and I'm going to have some drinks. You know what I mean?
Okay,
You sit in the
yeah,
front
yeah.
seat. She's got the heated seat. She's out there. There's no driver, you know? Can you get a DUI if no one's driving? I don't know. But I'm in the back seat. She's in the passenger seat. No driver up front. So
Yeah.
we just left the driver's seat empty. Just like I was like, when I was drunk at the time, I was like, this is the best move. So I'll just sit in the back seat, car running,
Yeah.
right? So a bunch of people would roll up thinking we're leaving, right? Because like we had a sweet spot. So everyone wanted it. So they'd just wait, stop, wait. Meanwhile, I'm just in the back seat, like having a drinky
Yeah.
poo, and Janine's in the
A
front seat,
drinky
just
poo.
like
Just
whatever,
chilling too.
chilling on
Yeah.
TikTok or whatever she's doing. And
Just
these
trying not
cars
to
just
be
kept
super
coming
cool.
up and like stopping, thinking we're leaving. And then they figured out we're not leaving, right?
Yeah.
So this another car comes up, drives right past. I was like, wait a second. I knew what that piece of shit car was. I was like, I think that was my cousin. Because like, I knew like he was coming with his buddy, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had known they had tickets, so they drive out and then the lot's full, so they come back and out. So I fucking jump out of the fucking car, out of the back seat of the car. I run up to him and I like, what's going on? Like right in front of the fucking front
What
bumper of
are
his car.
those?
They're both like, what the fuck? Like, because they're in Toronto or they're not from
Yeah.
Toronto. All of a sudden, some crazy motherfucker runs up to their
Up to the
fucking
vehicle.
driver
What the
window. What the
fuck?
fuck's going on? They're like, what the fuck? And they roll down the window. They're like, no shit, what are you
That's
doing? I'm like, oh, I'm
crazy.
just over here pre-drinking in the back seat here. In the VIP lounge of the RAV4.
Yeah.
You know?
In the VIP
Yeah,
lounge.
there's a sunroof. It's nice, you know?
Now
So
that
that's
the
my
planets
parking-
are aligning.
That's right. You can see that shit if you know what you're looking at. Dana gives you a heads up. Fuck's sakes. Well, that's my parking lot story. It was just kind of just funny. We're sitting there just chilling, and my cousin, like, what are the odds, right? We're both
Yeah.
coming from out of town, and same thing. People are looking for your parking spot because I had the car running with the lights on. Everyone assumes I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I get it, but
Well, I
wasn't
mean-
going anywhere. I'm just getting
I couldn't
primed.
say it wouldn't be the same if I was them as well.
Exactly.
You know, especially if it's such a prime spot.
It was prime.
The odds of, like, on the off chance you guys were leaving, I'd want to be at the forefront.
I'm taking the
of that.
chance. Oh yeah. I was backed into my spot and I was looking at the exit, first row, just like it was It was nice.
That's mint.
It was nice. Yeah. So like at the end of the night, we didn't have to worry about shit.
Yeah. Mint.
Yeah.
Right, mint.
Right, man.
The one who knows will know.
That's awesome. Well, that's it for my stories this week.
Yeah.
Fuck, look at us keeping it relatively tight, butthole. Relatively tight.
Yeah. Are you ending it there?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. You got anything you want to say?
No.
Well, if you do, this is your time.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll hit the theme music. Thanks for sticking around for a nice tight 30-somethings.
Yeah. Semi-tight butthole.
Yeah, semi-tight butthole.
All right.
Oh, have a good week, everybody.
Hey, actually, no, I
Yeah,
do.
she's got
Before
something.
we
Here it
go, everybody go to Dr. West Studios if you haven't already.
Yeah, follow us there.
Yep, follow us, like, subscribe,
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts,
Get in on that.
Spotify. We're now on Amazon.
Amazon Music.
Amazon
yeah,
Music.
Look
You
out.
can now find NDK on Amazon Music.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Get in on that digital, or not digital,
Yep.
disposable camera before it's too late. You know,
Yep.
what do you think's on there? What kind of
put in
weird
your
stuff's
votes
going
now.
on there? I got some like weird ideas to what there could be on there,
Yeah.
and if it's like that, that's greasy.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
got a friend who has a theory on something that's on
Right.
it, but it's not pod appropriate.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It could be really greasy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Or spooky. That's what mine was. It was spooky. Yeah. But it's not prod appropriate.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's it.
Anyway, yeah, go like,
Check us
subscribe,
out,
tell
yeah.
your friends.
Yeah, for sure. If you like and subscribe, that helps us out
Mm-hmm.
big time. Gets more people coming our way, and we want to, because then we get more comments and we get
Yeah.
more ideas for more podcasts.
And as always, if you have comments, questions,
yeah,
concerns,
it's fun. We love it.
critiques,
Yeah, yeah. If you can sign
hit
in,
us up.
if you can sign into your YouTube account, you can
Yep.
run some critiques. Because
Dr. West
I know
Studios.
some of you have critiques and you can't figure that part out. So we're
Yeah.
safe so far.
Yeah. Married. Yeah. That was it, though.
That's
you
it.
can hit it.
All right.
All right.
All right.
See ya.